That's what we're going to try to do. We're going to have a really strong opponent, but we are really excited to start the season.
Stop celebrating the Premier League title, because Mikel Arteta has just revealed something that should excite every Arsenal fan. Arsenal finally ended the 22-year wait last season, but according to Arteta, that was not the destination. It was only the beginning. Speaking ahead of Sunday's Community Shield against Manchester City, Arteta made it clear that Arsenal are not returning as the same team that won the Premier League. He said the players have returned hungry, refreshed, and highly motivated. And then came the most important part. Arteta said Arsenal want to improve and evolve the squad, and that the club has already identified areas that can be strengthened. Think about that for a moment. Arsenal have just won the Premier League, but their manager is already talking about changing the team. That tells you everything about Arteta's mentality. He doesn't want Arsenal to become a team that finally wins the title and then spends the next season defending what they achieved. He wants Arsenal to become better, more complete, more dangerous, and potentially more difficult to stop. Because last season proved that Arsenal can win the Premier League, but the Champions League final defeat to Paris Saint-Germain also exposed the next mountain this team has to climb. Winning domestically is one thing, becoming the best team in Europe is another. And this is where Arteta's comments become really interesting. There are signs that he wants Arsenal to evolve their football, not abandon their defensive strength, not throw away everything that made them champions, but add another level of creativity, unpredictability, and attacking quality. And the transfer window reflects that ambition. Arsenal have already added Bruno Guimaraes, Christos Tsolis, and Piero Hincapié, but Arteta's comments suggest the work is not finished. He knows exactly where he believes the squad can improve, and that is why Arsenal fans should pay attention to what happens before the transfer window closes. Because if Arteta gets the players he wants, we could see a very different Arsenal this season. And then there is Sunday's Community Shield. Some people will call it a friendly. Arteta clearly doesn't see it that way. He called it a trophy, and he wants Arsenal's best version on the pitch. That tells you something about the mentality inside the dressing room. Arsenal have spent years chasing Manchester City. Now Arsenal are the Premier League champions, and Manchester City are the ones trying to catch them. So Sunday's game is more than a trophy. It is a psychological battle. It is Arsenal saying, we are not satisfied, we are not comfortable, and we are not giving the title back. Arteta even described Manchester City's new manager, Enzo Maresca, as being as good as Pep Guardiola, while acknowledging that he will bring something different to City. That is another warning. Arteta isn't expecting a weakened Manchester City. He is preparing for another serious challenge, and that is exactly why his comments today are so important. The biggest danger for Arsenal this season isn't Manchester City, it isn't Liverpool, it isn't Chelsea. The biggest danger is believing that winning the Premier League means the job is finished. Arteta doesn't appear to think that way. He wants evolution, he wants hunger, he wants competition for places, he wants Arsenal to improve even after becoming champions. And if Arsenal can combine the mentality that won them the Premier League with a more creative and unpredictable attack, this could become a completely different team. So remember Arteta's message today. The Premier League trophy was not the end of Arsenal's journey. It was the moment they earned the right to chase something even bigger. And on Sunday, against Manchester City, we may get our first real glimpse of what the next version of Arsenal looks like, because the champions are back. But according to Mikel Arteta, they are not coming back to defend their throne. They are coming back to make the throne even harder to take.